Hi, my name is Matthew Belisario. Welcome to another edition of the Belisario Sonic YouTube channel. Today I'm going to have some fun rating and ranking these three classic Iron Maiden albums, three that are dear to my heart because I grew up with them, listening to these records. So this is going to be a lot of fun for you Iron Maiden fans out there. Please leave your comments. I want to hear how you would rank these. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and give a thumbs up, and please participate. All right, so we're gonna have some fun here. First, a little bit of history on these three albums and why I chose them and why they're my three favorites. First of all, I grew up listening to them. So 1983, Peace of Mind came out. I was 13 years old. This came out in 84. This came out in 86. So I listened to these throughout my teens. And all these songs are stuck in my head. And really, I had no idea which of these was my actual favorite. So I thought it would be interesting to go through and listen to these records and make a ranking of rank each song, give it a power rating between 1 and 10, and then average those out and see how each album comes out, which one is actually my favorite. So going into this, I really had no idea because I love all three of these albums. Now, a little bit of history. All three of these albums do have a nice continuity to them. First of all, they all come from they were recorded at the same studio. The first three albums, I think, were all recorded in London. This album, Peace of Mind, is the first one that would be recorded in Nassau at a recording studio called Compass Point. A lot of other great rock records were recorded there, including Rolling Stones albums and AC/DC records. And the producer is also the same. George Marino produced all three of these records. All three of these records have the same artist for the album artwork, who is Derek Riggs, who came up with the Eddie idea and has done these album covers. So they're all done by the same person. The lineup, of course, is the classic lineup. Peace of Mind being the first one with Nico McBrain. And of course, he just sets a new sound for the band compared to the prior Number of the Beast. So you have Dickinson on vocals. You've got Murray and Smith on on guitars, dual guitars, Dave Murray and Adrian Smith. You got Steve Harris on bass, and then of course Nico McBrain on drums. So you've got that classic lineup as well. And then all three of these records are platinum records. They all sold very well. The Peace of Mind, it actually came in number 3 for UK albums. On the US Billboard 200, it was number 14. This guy, Powerslave, it came in number 2 on the UK albums, number 21 on the US 200. And this guy here, Somewhere in Time, was number 3 on the UK albums and number 11 on the US Billboard 200. So they're just a little bit of history for you. If you collect vinyl records, these are worth picking up. They're very high quality, glossy covers. The remaster is very good. The actual vinyl records are well pressed, and they look really nice. So if you collect vinyl records, I think you'll like these. All right, let's step into the ranking. I'm going to go through each song briefly. I had to do a spreadsheet, and I sat down and listened to all three of these records back to back to back. I wrote down little notes. I'm just going to be very brief, give you a power ranking for each song, and then the average for each album. So I'm going to try to go through these as quick as possible here. Where Eagles Dare on this Peace of Mind is the opener, a strong opener. Great heavy riffs. You've got, I like, of course, Dickinson's vocals, his great rhythmic cadence, and that's what Bruce is known for. And so this really kicks off the album. Great breakdown, great guitar solos. I could say great guitar solos on every single song throughout all these three of these albums. So I ranked the first song, Where Eagles Dare, at 7.5. Revelations, 6 minutes and 51 seconds. One of the longer songs on the album. A nice heavy riff, great bass runs, guitar interludes, rhythm changes I like. Of course, you got the classic gallop, cool breakdowns. Again, great guitar solos, this prophetic vibe the song gives off. I gave it an 8. Flight of Icarus, the second video I ever saw on MTV of Iron Maiden, the first being Run to the Hills, so I remember it well. And when this album came out, Flight of Icarus was the song that caught my attention. 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Of course, it covers this mythical tale, and the rhythm is really cool. You've got great riff. Bruce's vocals are fantastic. I like the lyrics, intense solos, great background vocals. I gave it an 8. Die With Your Boots On, one of my favorite Maiden tunes. That rally cry, anthemic song. Great guitar solos, the dual guitars, great bass lines. I gave it a 9. The Trooper does not lose any momentum. I also ranked it a 9. Of course, another battle cry, The Trooper. Still Life, things tail off for me a little bit. I thought it just I like the intense intro. Does have a decent, intense riff. Kind of starts off slow and then kicks in. Nice drum fills, but it kind of got a little monotonous. I gave it a 6.5. That's Still Life. 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Quest for Fire, it continues to decline a little bit for me. Kind of loses some momentum. You got an intense intro, a driving beat, but it's my least favorite lyrics, and it just doesn't engage me very much. I ranked it a 6. Sun and Steel, 3 minutes and 25 seconds. The galloping beat, you've got a pretty cool riff, catchy melody, and it kind of picks back up for me a little bit. I rated it a 7. And finally, the last song on the album, To Tame a Land, kind of starts to get into this prog metal thing. And they're kind of, I think, experimenting with this. It's a 7-minute and 26-minute song. It has this nomadic sound kind of going through the desert. Cool vocal rhythms, great dynamics, kind of takes you on a journey. I gave it a 7.5. So if I take all those rankings of the songs I just gave you, divide it by 9, there's 9 songs, it gives me a 7.61 for a ranking for this particular album, 7.61. So that is album number 1. Number 2, Powerslave. I remember when this came out very well. Rime of the Ancient Mariner was the rage, and what a great, cool album cover. And I love all the little hidden things that Riggs put in these covers. So this album, I'm going to go through and rank it really quickly. A cool insert comes with this one. So let's go through this one really quick and rank these songs. Aces High, great opening song. That whole dogfighting drama, intense riffs, great lyrics, cool solos, great imagery. The vocals are there. I gave it a 7.5. No momentum is lost with the next song, 2 Minutes to Midnight. Really, this song illustrating the reality of evil in the world. You got this really cool riff on the introduction, the heavy drums and cool bass runs, cool drum fills, intense solos, 7.5 for 2 Minutes to Midnight. 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Lost for Words, Big Aura, the third of, and the last, I believe, of the instrumental Maiden songs. Lost for Words, Big Aura, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I like it. Good melody, nice changes, cool dual guitars, nice solos. The bass rocks on it. It's intense. I gave it a 7. Flash of the Blade, the intensity heats up. 4 minutes and 5 seconds, the fatalistic tale. Flash of the Blade, great intro. The guitars, the drums kick in. It's very intense riff, cool lyrics. Bruce's vocals are top notch. Great guitar interludes and solos. I ranked it an 8. The momentum picks up even more on the Duelist, I thought. 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Again, I was getting a sense of this prog metal feel. You've got this, of course, the classic galloping rhythm of McBrain. The great vocals, great rhythmic phrasing from Bruce, which he's known for. Cool lyrics and guitar interludes and solos. So I ranked that a 9. That's the Duelists, 9. Back in the Village, again, you don't lose much intensity here. It's a scorched earth feeling to the song. I gave it an 8.5. It's 5 minutes and 2 seconds long. Cool solos again, graphic imagery of war. Back in the Village, 8.5. Powerslave, again, the intensity does not let up on this album like it did on Peace of Mind. Powerslave, 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Great riff, great lyrics, drumming, the bass. You got the whole package here. The driving rhythm, Cool solos. The intensity builds up, 7 minutes and 12 seconds, I rated it a 9. It's one of my favorite tunes. And then Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, what many may consider to be the first prog metal masterpiece, really. A lot of things going on this tune, takes you on a journey. You got the slow part in the center with you can hear the ship creaking and the poetry. Really cool. I rated it a 9.5. So if we take all those songs and add them together and divide it by 8, because there's 8 songs, you get an 8.25 rating on this. And so this is, I think, more consistent all the way through than Peace of Mind. And I really enjoy this record. Finally, we've got a little more experimental Somewhere in Time. And I remember when this came out, everybody wanted to learn the introduction. Everybody that played guitar wanted to learn Wasted Years, the beginning with that pull-off riff at the beginning on the guitars. This does come with a cool insert as well. So if you're collecting the vinyl record, nice quality. Let's go through this briefly. Again, there's a nice consistency of producing. These records have a nice continuity, so you're not going to get any jarring production changes. Somewhere in Time. The first song here is Caught Somewhere in Time. 7 minutes and 22 seconds. You're kind of entering in another dimension with this, Caught Somewhere in Time. Catchy intro. I love the vocals, the drum fills, great solos and rhythmic changes. It's a 7 to start off the album. Intensity jacks up on Wasted Years. I love Wasted Years. It's one of my favorite Maiden tunes. Don't waste a day of your life. Don't look for those, always looking back. This is a 5 minutes and 6 seconds. I rated it a 9.5. I love the lyrics. I love the intro. I love the guitar solos. Everything clicks on that song, Wasted Years, 9.5. Sea of Madness is where it takes a dip. My least favorite tune on the album. Kind of a chaotic feel, 5 minutes and 42 seconds. It just kind of goes a bit long for what they're doing on the song. It's a 6.5. Heaven Can Wait, things pick back up. Again, I think you get that prog metal feel, this manic feeling, driving intro. You've got this rhythmic phrasing on the vocals, great solos. I rated Heaven Can Wait an 8. Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner. 6 minutes and 31 seconds, and it does feel like you're running the race. You've got the great intro on the guitars and the bass, kind of slower, and then it just kicks into this driving rhythm, fast tempo, the vocals, the phrasing again with Dickinson. I rated it a 7. My favorite Maiden song of all time, next, Stranger in a Strange Land. Anytime I listen to this record, it's always the song I turn up. And it was when I was a kid, when I was 16 years old, and now in my 50s, when I play it either in my car or at home, it's always the song that I want to turn up. I love the riff. I love the lyrics. The bass runs. Bruce's vocals are great. He tells a cool story. It gives you this journey, a feeling to it, even though it's only 5 minutes and 43 seconds long. To me, this is my favorite Maiden song. I rated it a 10, Stranger in a Strange Land. I love it. Deja Vu. Back when I was a kid, it probably wasn't my favorite. Listening to it now, I kind of grew a greater appreciation for it. I really like the solo guitar intros, the catchy melody, the guitar fills and things, the interludes. I rated Deja Vu an 8.5. And then finally, you close with another prog metal tune that I think ranks up there pretty high, Alexander the Great, at 8 minutes and 35 seconds. So I think this is another prog metal tune. Great dramatic introduction, catchy melody. You got a lot of cool guitar layering going on here. Cool changes and breaks and cool solos. And this album is the first time they would use guitar and bass synths to kind of layer things in on this record. So you get a little bit of a different feel to it, but not dramatic, in my opinion. So that I ranked Alexander the Great a 9. So now if we average all those songs out and get the average power rating of Somewhere in Time, we get an 8.19 ranking. So it was a very close, it's almost being a tie between these two. But Powerslave gets the victory with an 8.25 ranking. Somewhere in Time comes in second, barely at 8.19. And then you get, in third place, you get Peace of Mind coming in with a 7.61. And mostly just because there was quite a bit of inconsistency on this album compared to the other ones. And of course, still not a bad album. I love all three of these records. So thanks for joining me, guys. And I hope that was some fun going through there. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you would rank these three records. And if you collect vinyl, go out and get these. These are really nice. All right, take care.